Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to create the metallics and the face of this particular miniature. So the metallics have been discussed in other lessons, in other videos in the run up to this. It's broadly the same formula, but I did want to pay particular attention to the winged eagle on his shoulder pad. That is slightly divergent from what we've done so far, so I thought it would be worth recording this video for that purpose. We start in the same manner using dwarven gold across all the golden portions, and then we can use magnesium on the silver aspects. This is the portion I wanted to focus on. So after we place our oil paints on top of the surface, as we've done in previous videos, we return back to dwarven gold and we highlight these individual pieces, and then I can add a small amount of silver to the tip of the brush to highlight them. Essentially, we are using the loaded brush technique but with metallics. So you can see where exactly I place my highlights and how I manipulate the brush. On larger surfaces, more of the brush comes into contact with the piece, whereas when it comes to the very outer portions of the feathers, only the tip of the brush comes into contact. Just adding a tiny amount of silver in here. So that's only the tip of the brush comes into contact with the piece now, rather than those broad generalized highlights. I'd advise you not to be too scared about really going overboard on the highlight. We can always wash it back with a golden glaze. A metallic glaze is where you take your original metallic base tone, water it down and add that as a glaze across the entire surface. So this will help calm it down and cool and neutralize it into the rest of the scene. To highlight these broader panels without much in the way of detail, you can see how I've pushed the brush back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like so, in order to give that brushed steel look, that brushed gold look. So the gold plating on the back of his backpack will not be as glamorous as the armorial on his left shoulder pad. It will be slightly more beaten up, bitten, tried and weathered. The brush stroke reflects that. The silver is nice and easy. I have used Vallejo silver and I will be just using the edge of the brush to pick up on any details. I can also use the brush in a stabbing motion to give the impression of fatigue and wear and tear on the metallics themselves. I start the face with a base coat of walnut by Scale 75, and then I take Cadian Flesh Tone to begin the first highlights. I now use Sunny Skin Tone to begin the highlight on the face. Again, it's all big blocky highlights, very thick highlights at this stage. I'm not worried one iota about the blending process, because the next stage will help blend everything together. I then add a very thin glaze of Rhinoxide across the entire surface of the face, and once that's done I return to Cadian Flesh Tone plus Sunny Skin Tone to begin the highlight. So these paints are a lot thinner than the previous layers, they're a glaze consistency, and I use a feathering technique to get the most from the blend. So as I drag the blade of the brush along the miniature, I'm ensuring that the tip of the brush is helping with the blend, is help smoothing into the surrounding area of the paint job. Once that is done, I can add ivory to the final highlight. And that is it, the face done. If you would like a further explanation into how to create custom faces, please refer to the Mongol face tutorial, where we break down step by step the whys and where tos and give sample flesh recipes in there to create really convincing flesh tones. To finish off the process, I am adding some anger marks around his face. For this I've mixed Rhinoxide and a very small amount of Enandel Violet, and this will help the tones. Finally, I can finish off the highlighting stages by adding a small amount of ivory into the previous mixture of the Sunny Skin Tone plus Cadian Flesh Tone, and just give those final few marks. So instead of a generalized blend where we work on the broader skin tone, we're working on the specifics here, top of the cheek, top of the head, where light would be reflecting from his skin. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this November exclusive Patreon only video. If you do use any of these tips in your own work, please send me pictures. I love to see what creativity is spurned off the back of this. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.